What's up, y'all?
Come get this commentary.
The best on these streets. I'm about to start the club up. Let me see who's here. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Kiva of Come Get This Commentary. And if you're watching me over here, you're on Come Get This Commentary too. What's up? What's good? So your girl work schedule. I'm like, I got to do something at least once a week over here. Moving forward, Lagena got her heritage results back. Lagena. So put a 1 if you already know the storyline that's about to come. Because I only see 2. Maybe y'all see 3. I see an outright lie. Yes, that's my parents. Or she gonna say, I'm their 8th cousin. Or it said it was negative, but I know my handlers suppressed it. They already saw me online, so they suppressed it. That's how they do. Because Drake got her children, right? And put a 2 in the chat if you think Aaliyah, R. Kelly, and anyone in their family, they've never ever uploaded any of their information to Heritage Ancestry. Do you believe that they at some point in their life uploaded their salivas to these sites? Okay, because if they still don't have the DNA of them in these sites, she has nothing to match it to, right? So I also believe Genesis is kind of curbing her and all that fuck shit with the extra shit online. Notice how she been sitting back quietly. I believe Jag, before they started falling out, supported the foolishness, and she could just be going live talking about Aaliyah, okay, and her family. DJ Genesis, in my opinion, now I've never actually watched her to know her, but I think DJ Genesis is just not having, like, you're not finna get online and say anything crazy, you know, take it to you, I don't know. But she's really been just kind of laid back. But she was really just mouthy. I got children. I can show you my scar. Like, girl, a scar don't mean nothing. People can have a scar on their stomach, not just because of C-section. You know, vaginal birth, you could have had a vaginal birth, could have been a C-section. But, you know, showing a scar don't mean that's actually from birth. But anyway, I believe that her storyline is dwindling, but she has to be careful so she don't get put out of Genesis' place. Because I don't believe Genesis believe that in support the foolishness that she is R. Kelly and Aaliyah's daughter. Okay? Like I said, I don't really know Genesis' full stilo or whatever you call it, her docket. I don't really know, but I just feel like she's not into the fuck shit. She's not finna let her be running around. Because if she, Lagena, is in her circle, those people probably like, keep a leash on her. You know, keep her in check. We don't need that kind of energy. So her results are either going to, you know, be a new narrative, or I would actually be shocked if she said, it said I'm not related. So I stand corrected. And she humbly bows out. Do y'all think she would actually humbly bow out? Now, again, I'm here for the long haul. I am invested. My nosy is invested. My nosy is invested to watch it all play out, okay? So I'm definitely going to be watching for that update. I hope I'm not at work or I'm on lunch when she go live and talk about it or post screenshot. I want to see it. But she said her results are back. Let me know what you think the results are going to be. We saw Gerald / Goomba on his vacation before he started work. He said he started work Monday. I can't remember if it was tomorrow, because this is Sunday that I'm recording. It's May 7th. I don't remember if it was Monday coming up on the 8th, or did he start work the Monday that just passed. But either way, his last day, he was like, I start work Monday. The job is secure. He is starting work. He stated the divorce is in process. He's not stated he is divorced. Again, he misspoke. Remember when he was on, I forget their channel, but he was like, I'm divorced. He's not divorced. He's clearly stated the paperwork is in the works.
The paperwork is processing right now. I'm free.
He is going through with the divorce, so we have to see how that go out. I will be one to admit I enjoyed seeing him in a different space. I liked seeing him smiling and just looking forward to getting his money together, getting himself together. Any black man that has a wayward past, you know, he's not a criminal, okay, as far as out here raping, murdering, and robbing, okay, scheming with COVID, rental funds, maybe, I don't know, okay, but he did his interview like we saw. We went over the one part of it. It was a 3-hour interview. He admitted to a lot of things. He admitted to what he did to the dog. Okay, boom, he did it. He just said he's sorry. The dog thing is over. He's past that. He said him and Jag got into it. They would push each other. He said he never punched her. He stands on that. I actually believe that he didn't never punch her ass up, cuss her the fuck out, yes, but at the end of the day, he said he's growing from that and he's going to do better. I believe that he will do better. I'm going to have hope because I believe that Jag can do better. Do I believe Jag will do better? No. I believe in my spirit that when Jag comes out, she is going to be held on wheels. I needed to jump in here really quickly because I remembered part of the, I guess, email or whatever King Payne showed. If I can find it, I'm going to put the screenshot in here. She was upset. It took issue that Lagena and Genesis removed their name off that bond. She feels they did it to set her up. Here's my thought. Number one, they should have never put their name on the bond for her. That's number one, okay? Number two, people don't have to keep their name on the bond if they feel you're going to fuck up their name or have them owing monies or whatever. That's just what it is. You're not friends with them like that. I really think she feel you talk crazy to people, treat them in your kind of way, that they still owe you some loyalty. That doesn't work like that. But she's going to get out and come after them, especially for that. Okay, let's get back to it. Now, I think King Payne, or maybe it was on Shine, I can't remember which one, because I'm too tired to screen record and do a video. But she needed $1,500, $1,600, $1,700, $1,800. Anywhere, it was either 15 up to 2,000. One of the, okay. She needs that as bail. That's what she stated. Either way, King Payne was saying something to the effect that let's catch up collections. I like how he said it's only, I'm gonna go with 15. But he said it like it was pennies in a bucket. So I'm assuming he has that money and he can bail her out. Or it's pennies in the bucket to his subscribers. So I don't know. You know, those that will donate. Those that won't, they won't. But I almost feel like that could become messy. You know, do you send it to her Cash App and it sits there and then she pays her own way out? Or do you send it to King Payne and then he takes it and... Because it's got to get to the jail. I don't believe, this is just an assumption, that King Payne would fly to where she is to pay that bill, right? So, I don't know how that bill going to work with donations, because it'll be sad to see somebody donate and then they like, well, I donated and she still didn't get out. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I really hope that don't get messy. But do what you do. It ain't my money going to be involved in it. But, you know, it'll be played out on the internet in some way or another. We'll hear about it. But I do not see Jag getting out and doing anything she needs to do other than, where's my mama? Mama, get your ass here. Her mama bringing her ass back to where she is. Her getting her hands in her mama money. Her mother is not mentally ill. Her mother is not an invalid. Her mother is in her sound mind and will make the decision. They can't take her to court and announce her crazy. She's not. Even though we feel her actions are crazy if she gets back to Jag, but she is capable to cook, wash herself, clean herself, do what she needs to do. If she decides they can't hold her there hostage, I really think her mother will do what she needs to do. She'll probably catch a Greyhound back, because I doubt the family will probably fly her back. They will probably be like, if you're going on your own. Child. But that's what I foresee. I foresee the mom making her way back to Jag, or at least cash apping her a few $1,000s, because when she physically gets out that day, she won't have a place to stay. I don't think she'll have a car. I think something happened with the car. It's got repossessed, or it's sitting somewhere. Her U-Haul is gone. You know, she's coming out bold. So if her fans are donating to her, so she'll at least have a few $100s, maybe even a few thousand, she would at least have an Uber to where the young man that helped her that day she got evicted, she called him her brother. Perhaps she can go to his house. He'll pick her up. Like, she has a lot of things to think about, but yet she already said she coming out suing people. Are you? Let me jump in here real quick. What was disheartening, though, to see her focus? Her focus is still on worrying about the wrong thing. You know what I'm saying? She has to come out and essentially start from scratch. I don't know, or I can't remember if it was factually discussed and proven what's up with her car. Is it sitting with someone? Did it get repoed? I want to say it got repoed. But nonetheless, she needs transportation. She don't have a place to stay when she first set foot up out of there. Maybe the subscribers that fuck with her like that will have enough money sent to her Cash App so she can get a room. She's going to need an Uber. You know, who's going to pick her up? She's burnt a lot of bridges. And when you burn a lot of bridges, that's got to be a real fucked up position to be in. Again, I stand on what I said. No, Goomba don't need to show up and pick her up. No, he don't need to put her up in no place because they was married. That was your husband. That's your wife. No. Don't give her the wrong impression that y'all gonna work things out. She's not worth the friendship after all the things she said. You will not sit up and say, my mama raped me and I'm going to show up with an Uber for you. You will use your Chevy legs to get where you got to go if it's up to me. No one could guilt trip me and make me feel any kind of way that she got out of jail and had nothing, nowhere to go, no pot to piss in, or one to throw out of if she treated me the way that she did. It doesn't matter what we did while we was together. A breakup is just that. I don't know if we need to define the term breakup, but a breakup, a disillusion, a marriage, or we not going to be together, I'm separated, I've left, it's exactly that. So for her focus to be on, I'm going to sue, and Lagena and them took their name off the bill. I understand that that's upsetting. It's upsetting that she's in jail. I get it. Jail ain't fun. But the accountability of why she's in jail does not seem to be taken. That's just crazy to me, but let's get back to it. So her mindset is on revenge, getting back at people, even though Gerald is not with aka Dirty Nikki, okay, and she seems to be moved on doing her little thing. It's still going to be some animosity there for Gerald simply because he has been sticking to his guns about not fucking with her. He definitely shocked me when he said, I'm paraphrasing, don't imitate me, I didn't ask you to do that. Okay, y'all go strike his channel. Like, sir, we can't strike his channel. But I understood what he meant. Flag the channel, report the video, not his channel, report the video. I understood what he meant. He just said strike. But I understood what he meant. He didn't like that. And that was interesting to see. Like, okay, he not trying to fuck with her. Because here's what I thought. When he was imitated, I'm like, damn, Jag is going to see that and be like, oh, he still care. He want to help. A lot of people still feel, in their opinion, he needs to help her. He needs to have her back. I literally just, I'm never going to, when I say, I don't comprehend that.
Ken, if you still love Jag, nigga, get out of here with that bull crap. Anybody talking about Jag on this channel, you can remove yourself. Stop trying to ask me questions about her. Stop trying to ask me what I'm thinking and all this other stuff. I done told y'all. I'm done.
Hey, Gerald. Yeah, you know I said your mama fucked you, your daddy raped you, your mama raped you. I know. But I still need you to come help me out. Okay, here I come, because you were my wife. You were my wife. No, and you're blocked. Fuck you. And people are like, oh, that's cool. You were married. Married is nothing but a piece of paper when the person you're married to has been extremely toxic and hateful towards you and your family. Let me jump in here one more time and say this. People have to stop using marriage as a weapon and a guilt trip to make toxic people stay together for the sake of helping each other when they need to have a clean break. This is how people end up being in relationships longer. This is how women who are in domestic violence situations end up staying with that man and being unalived, because they'll go and tell their mother, their fathers and cousins and best friends, I'm being beat on, help me. And they'll say, you know, he's a good man. He's a good man. She's a good woman. Just in a difficult spot. Just work it out. We're going to pray about it. They said they were sorry. And then you look up and either one of them did. Marriage does not solidify you being together through toxicity when it's reached the heights that we see that it's unfolded on the interwebs or Mr. Marcus internet in front of us. I will never agree with that. And I know people don't agree with me. And that's okay. That's okay. We're going to agree to disagree. But fuck her and him when it comes down to that marriage. They need to stay away from each other. And she need to call other people. You know, I don't like weaponizing marriage and weaponizing toxicity in any relationship, trying to put people back together simply because they in a hard spot. That's their fault. A hard spot happens to the best of us. Figure it out. But you're not going to figure it out with me or them or vice versa. I really don't think Gerald wants to lose the relationship. He's probably rebuilding back up with his friends and family since he's away from Jag. Now, does that mean that he didn't attribute to that relationship because he was with her when she was talking shit about them and he didn't speak up and all of this shit? Yes. But when you're changing for the better, that's what that's called. I've changed. I'm not going to sit around and talk about my mom, or let anybody talk about my family. I was wrong. I'm not doing it. It's literally called moving forward. Now, could he go back and say, fuck all that? I want to be back with Jag because I want to be took care of, or just do the bare minimum? Sure. That option is there. He could actually go back. I have faith that he won't. His aura is giving me that he wants to just be rid of this mess and get on his feet. Date, honey. I don't care what, honey. It's bums on the street dating. So if he felt like, yep, I want to date, that has nothing. None of this has nothing to do with me. I'm just giving commentary. But I don't care if he dates. If he find a woman that find him attractive and want to see him do better and get with him and build with him where he is, more power to you. More power to you. But I would like to think he would just do nothing. Have your job for a good year. And a year is like the minimum. have that job for a good year. And hopefully, again, I believe I said it in another video, that whoever he lives with isn't charging him an exuberant amount of rent. And I'm talking about maybe $200 to $300 at the max. Not because he's a grown man and he can't, I mean, he's so poor he can't afford it, right? But because if you want to see a person move on and get out of your house, you can't ask them to pay half your bills. They can't save to move on. This is just, I'm talking about people in regular world. You know how your cousin come live with you? I'm going to stay with you just to 90 days or till I get my refund check and I'm going to move. Because they need a lump sum. They got to save the money. Yes, he should buy tissue, deodorant, detergent, some groceries, $200-300 just because he's probably going to use the washer and dryer. He's cutting the lights on and off. Yes, but I would hope that he's not paying an amount of rent that he's not able to save, and now he's stuck. Because I've seen it happen to people. People have went to live with family. They started paying them $600-700 a month, and it was almost all they checked. They had their lights, their car note, and things like that. And they like, well, damn, I'm only able to save $25 every 2 weeks. That's $50 a month. How am I supposed to move out? And then the family like, well, how long you gonna be here? You said you was gonna be here this, that, and that. Well, I've been giving you $800 a month. How am I supposed to move out quickly? Now it's gonna $50 a month. That's just an example. I'm not saying those are real figures, but we know somebody who knows somebody that lived with somebody that got put out because they weren't able to save up money quick enough for the family, but they kept taking money from them. Now, here's the exception to that. If you're somebody that's, you going in the refrigerator, drinking up all the juice, eating up all the food, not being courteous and mindful that that's still not your house, leaving every light on, using all the soap, the dish soap, always leaving your wet clothes in the washing machine, don't transfer them to the dryer, things of that nature, you're really taking away from the household that you live in. Well, now it's a problem because it's a way to live with somebody and really live separate. Right? Excuse me. You can buy your little set of groceries that you cook for yourself. Though that's been an issue too. You'll put a box of honey grams in the cabinet and they'll let their kids eat your cereal. And if you say something like, what happened to my cereal? Oh, I had ran out and gave it to the kids. Well, what me for breakfast? Damn, I get you a box. It's not about you getting me a box. I don't have a box now. Today, this morning, before I go to work, I can't eat my honey grams, right? Because you let your kids eat the box of cereal that I have for me because I don't eat your food. So it's a lot of issues that can come with living with somebody, but in my opinion, you got to talk to them, have that raw conversation, set those rules up, and start your budget and stick to it. He's working and getting his VA benefits, and I know there's a certain type of like I can't make X amount of dollars. That might be for disability, but it could be some type of income rule that's happening where he can only make X amount of dollars where it doesn't touch his VA benefits. Let me hop back here again. Gerald is going to have to make a lot of sacrifices. But in the same breath, for anybody, for any one of us that ever got in a position to live with someone, you still deserve some respect. He deserves respect. The family deserves respect because sometimes I've witnessed when you move in with friends and family, they treat you like shit because they feel you owe them every second of the day. If they do eat your cereal, so what? I'll let you live here, even though you paying them rent, right? I've heard of people say they made sacrifices such as they did not use their internet. They did not sit in their living room watching a cable, using a washer, a dryer. They actually left to do laundry. They did minimum things in the home. Didn't have company, didn't use the Wi-Fi, just to ensure that they were not taking up energies, things from the household where no one can say, well, I just had this and this is all ate up, or you used the last of the Tide Pods, and they bought their own stuff, kept it in their area, whatever. And that to me is motivation to get out of anybody's house. So if Goomba is serious and living with family, they helping him get on his feet, he will get this moving sooner than not. And sooner than not could be a year from now. He may need a year to get a few thousand saved up, right? Because he's going to need a car and things of that nature. Anybody, any one of us, you want to have a little chunk of something, deposit, first month, your car, groceries, things of that nature. But the test is going to come his behavior living with family and friends. You know, we'll look up on the internet and see, you know, well, you know, I had to step away, you know, it was a bad situation, you know, and then we'll kind of know, you know, something happened with the living arrangement. Could it be his fault? Maybe. Could it not be? Maybe. But I really do hope he puts his foot down on himself and use that stepping stone that he's been giving, this job, and make good choices so he can get out on his own and get that fresh start and build for himself. I think it's been said that he's on the birth certificate of the twins. Now, if Nikki wants to be an asshole, because he's legally their father, okay, like here in Michigan, I don't know what it's like in that state, but here in Michigan, if you're married, okay, if the woman is still married, but separate, okay, if her and her husband have been separate for 10 years, it doesn't matter. She done moved on, had other babies with somebody else. She's living her best life. If she gets pregnant, that husband is who Michigan gonna put on the birth certificate, not the new guy, because she's still legally married, okay? And that husband is legally responsible for that child. She would have to actually go to court, do her due diligence, and file paperwork, pull up birth certificate, have a DNA test to show that's not his child. Don't put him on child support. I know several people that did it, and it was kind of costly, but the husband was not placed on child support because they actually got a DNA test done. She hired a lawyer, and they exempted the husband from taking care of that child. They actually put the father's name on it. What's crazy, she still didn't divorce him yet because she couldn't afford to do both. She couldn't afford the lawyer and to divorce him. Child, the ghetto. But once a man's name is legally on a birth certificate, that makes that person legally responsible. If Nikki wants to be spiteful because she wants some extra money, she can come for him for child support. We'll talk about the drama that would be. Child, let me get a sip of this fake wine. This is water, y'all. Child, that would be messy. And I would be right here watching. That would be super messy. But she technically could. I really hope that things don't escalate for them there, because that's really unfortunate, you know. But he put his name on the birth certificate. That was an honorable thing to do for her and her children, so they would have a namesake, I guess. Personally, I wouldn't have did it. I would have advised against it, told my son, don't do it. The major children, don't do it. But what's done is done. So that could be a thorn in his side going forward down the line if, in fact, she decides to file said paperwork. My gut, what do I think? Do I think she'll do it? I don't. I don't think she'll do it because as of today, just a couple of hours ago, of me looking on her Instagram, she hasn't deleted their pictures. So they don't seem to be enemies. They just seem to be, we're here, we're good. You do you, I'm going to do me. But we're good, right? They don't appear to be enemies. And sometimes even if a person is your enemy, that doesn't mean that you're going to come for them in that way. Well, enemy is an enemy, child. But they don't appear to be enemies. So let me know down in the comments, do you think that Nikki would go ahead and put him on child support? Okay. And basically, that was it on my take on everything. Lagena got these results. We finna get that storyline. Jag still locked up, trying to get out. She doesn't appear to be changed in any kind of way. She definitely appears that when she gets out, she's going to go ballistic. Juro appears to be moving in the right direction, and I definitely support that. I'm happy for him. Listen, I'm gonna be rooting for Jag. As much as I despise her ways, Jag is still in a redeemable, not for me, but redeemable as a good person going forward. You know what I'm saying? And the one thing, you know, Jag has to want to change. You know, this ridiculousness we see her displaying, if she wants to do better, if she wants to make connections back with people, if she wants people to trust her, because right now, I don't believe anybody outside of the people that are her quote-unquote friends can trust her. She has the ability to get herself into the industry, even though it might not be mainstream, but just selling herself, booking herself, letting people see I've changed, doing an about face. She has the want to do that. She has the potential to be a good person, right? All those industry stories she told, whether they're true in some ways, a lot of that is false. Again, I stand on what I said. Jag don't know everybody in the industry, but you throw her a name out there. You know Little John Rabbit's foot? Oh, yeah, from 1967, back when Jesus was born. You know, we sat down, we had some manna, okay? And I told JC, I said, listen here, your father not going to like that, okay? This Little John Bigfoot, he's a bad person. Last time I checked, he had one of the angels hemmed up, and he was up under her feathers, okay? And we know what he was doing. Now, that's a fact, because I don't lie. That kind of conversation she throws out effortlessly, she has the want to change that and stop telling everybody's alleged tea, but then somebody tell her business, she's all in the uproar, right? So again, she has potential to do better. She has to want to do better. She could even get into audiobooks. I actually like Jaguar's voice, right? Because she captivates you when she tells these stories. But that's just my opinion. I definitely wish her the best, but let's get back to this. I think she said she wanted to do some advocacy for the women in jail, taking down their names and trying to keep up with them. Child, the jack of all trades, the master of nothing except singing. Okay, her hand is going to be in her alleged hands is in too many advocacy pots that she can't really handle. But I would like to see her do this about face, like, you know what? I'm done. Yep, I was coming for you, but I'm not. We'll have to handle some things. The divorce is coming because, again, she don't got to sign the divorce papers. That's neither here nor there. Whether she signed them bitches or not, he can get a divorce. We went over that on the texas.gov website. If you didn't see that video, go back and watch it. Literally, no signature is needed. She doesn't have to be present. Even if she is not locked up, she can be sitting right next to him and never sign the papers. A divorce will happen. But I would like to see her just step back and say, yeah, I did a lot. You know, threatening children was a bit much. Not even a bit much. That's downplaying that deplorable shit. That was fucking disgusting, okay? And she needs whatever mental help she can get to stop using sexual assault as a weapon to verbally hurt and threaten people. That is such a disgusting fuck trait of hers. Like, it's just so vile. And it's hard for me to have empathy for her when she speaks of alleged assaults that happened to her, because she spews it out so freely against other women and children and men. It's like, you know, you would think if she's been assaulted, and she says she has, that would be such a sensitive subject that she would be ballistic if someone actually said, if she heard someone say those things, right? She spewed that shit out her mouth like it's water, okay? So I hope she can get whatever mental services she needs. And just because you're getting mental services while you're locked up don't mean that you're applying them. It don't mean that you're trying to do better. It means you're trying to do good for the stay. Yeah, when I'm locked up, I'm going to go to these classes. Child, I got to do good. I got to have a good report. Jaguar shows up to all the meetings. We talk. She sits very well. She participates. She's very communicative with the other ladies. Oh, we love Jack. You got to do what you got to do to get released, right? You got to do what you got to do to get good time, right? That don't mean that you're taking it in and really applying the things and that you're going to get out and do your follow-up, right? I had to do an overlay here because for whatever reason, I muted myself. I don't know, but the voice part is off of here. But what I was speaking to was on the outside, mental health isn't as accessible as it should be for the Black community, okay? A lot of times there aren't enough Black professional mental health providers. You can Google that. You can look this information up. I'm not pulling it off the top of my head. There's also been studies that show when Black people go to white professionals, they're often misdiagnosed. Said things are worse than what they are or underdiagnosed, okay? And to be quite honest, a lot of times we as Black people, we want to look at someone who is Black, who understands what we're going through and is a little bit more relatable. That does not mean that a white professional cannot be helpful, okay? But in the statistics of it all, mental health for the Black community is far and few and unattainable, and a lot of times it's unaffordable. It's a double-edged sword when you're trying to get mental health services. Also, being able to afford mental health services. If you don't have insurance, mental health services out of pocket can be very costly. And when you have a person who is having mental health trauma to the extent that they cannot hold a job, they're homeless and things of that nature, it's almost impossible to get them to focus and even come up with a budget. Because if you don't have income, you can't create a budget, okay? So in Jack's situation, she may not come out with a job, but at some point between her donations, you know, there are some services that offer mental health insurances where, not insurances, but you can pay out of pocket at a reasonable cost. I checked out Better Health, and 4 sessions with a Black professional that I did find, she wanted $25 for 1 hour once a week for 4 weeks, okay? That's setting aside, you know, her steak dinners and extra blue truffle butters and things of that nature. I understand that that is her choice, but when you're really trying to seek professional help, if you're in a position to get some discounted rates of professional help, I think you should set that money aside the same way you would prioritize setting aside your rent, lights, gas, your feminine needs or things of that nature, whatever you need, male or female. But at the end of the day, society needs, the government, they need to do better at having mental health services for free and in some way still fund those providing the mental health services. I do not believe anyone should work for free. I understand about volunteering your services, but even a volunteer has rent, lights, gas, and water to pay. We all have bills to pay. So hopefully they will get that under control, but Jag still will need some outside support. And also, she needs to be willing to go. We've seen her in videos openly state, oh, I got PTSD and I'll use it. She'll use her PTSD, her bipolar, her whatever she's diagnosed with, whatever. She'll use her mental illness as a way to say, if I act out, this is why. I'll just play the mental illness card. So that therefore speaks to her being calculated and deliberately wanting to be an agent of chaos out here in these streets on purpose. Okay. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. And it is her choice to want to get better and seek out help and services. Okay, let's get back. And hopefully somebody in Jaguar's crew, if they haven't done so already, help her monetize her own channel. I don't know why her super chats are not on, ads are not on her videos. However, when you think about it, her content, the way she talks, she plays a lot of copyrighted music. She probably is monetized, but she won't make any money. But here's why I think she's not monetized. Because with super chats, if you're going live and it's music playing, you can have your super chats. So that's a monetized channel, and she only will make money through super chats when she plays copyrighted music. She could have a membership. You know how many people would pay $4.99 a month, $9.99? You know, I don't know what she would charge, but they would pay to join her membership and pay it by the month to support a monthly gift, right? You don't see none of that active on her channel. And it's just interesting that she gets a gang of views. She has a following. And her YouTube, I don't know. When I look at her Instagram reels, I don't think her Instagram was monetized either. Like when you look at, well, let me take this back. I'm thinking of Facebook reels. When they're monetized on some of them, I think you can do stars. I can't, so I take that back. She could very well be monetized on Instagram, but her YouTube channel should not sit over there with all those views, all those subscribers, and she not at least have the option of a members join button and her super chat through her live stream. You know, she goes live at every chance she gets. She might as well make some money doing it, you know. And yes, Cash App is easier because they give you more of your money. You get all your money. If I send you 20, you're going to get 20. You send 20 through the super chat, I'm going to get 18 or something like that, right? They take 30% of a super chat, okay? Something like that. I can't remember. But nonetheless, if they take 30%, she still needs that money. So that avenue of her income, hopefully when she get out, someone will walk her through, or at least say maybe she got demonetized and she needs to reapply and she doesn't know how, because sometimes when you get demonetized and you need to reapply, you got to delete a lot of your content, right? She might like, I don't want to delete that. So that could be a problem. Maybe she could download it, save it to her laptop. Well, she goes live from her phone. And I think she got a tablet. But shit, all her, excuse me, I'm sorry. A lot of her property is probably missing. She might just be coming out with that phone. I don't know. But her YouTube channel could be income, you know, in addition to her mama's. Because I swear, my mama, that she gonna have her mama money back in her hand. But that's it for this video. Thank you for being here, coming through, kicking it with me. Let me know your thoughts down below. And at the end of the day, be respectful to people's opinions. There are some people's opinions. I'm looking in comments, people cussing each other out and talking crazy to each other. This is our opinion. We not right or wrong. This is our opinion. We giving our opinion on what we see. So cussing each other out, especially don't cuss me out, because I will block you. I don't talk crazy to y'all. I don't disrespect y'all. So if y'all, you know, like, oh my God, I don't see how she can say anything positive about Goomba. I said what I said. And you said what you said. And I accept what you said. And I'm okay with that. And I don't, you can accept what I accept. You don't got to agree with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I try to give an unbiased opinion and just my thoughts. I'm not out here with pom-poms for anybody, okay? These are just the thoughts on what I see happening online, okay? Because I had a little bit more to say, but it was going to be messy. Maybe I'll go be messy on my members. I have a messy opinion. And girl, ain't nobody talking about you. You the one named just because I could see her now. Oh my gosh, she going to talk about me on her channel. Girl, you named yourself Messy. A regular ass name. Everybody used the word messy. So I'm not referring to you in particular. Now you could be part of the conversation because you out here in some mess. But that wasn't a dig towards you. Being messy it's just what it is. A lot of people say that, okay? So get that shit straight, you know, before I hear, oh my God, she's gonna go on her members and talk about me, you know, because I'm messy, right? Okay, let's go. No, girl. But anyway, if I do decide to get on my members and we have a messy conversation, the notifications will go out and we will talk about it, okay? But that's it for this video. Thank you for being here. Again, I'm Kiva of Come Get This Commentary, but you're over here on Come Get This Commentary too. Thank you for being here, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.
Come get this commentary.